God, when's the last time you guys saw me actually talking to a camera? This feels kind of weird. I haven't done it in like 2 months.
This video was formed from a live ostrich.
Hello, as you can tell, I'm not in the studio and there's no music playing in the background. This is not a cover! I want to rebrand my channel a little bit. I'm still gonna do covers, and I feel like covers are still gonna be a lot more often than my regular videos, but I do want to make more videos talking about music instead of just kind of vague, you know, I want to find my niche, and I feel like I haven't found that with my non-covers yet, and I want to do that. So this is the start of a new era for the channel, I guess. So Waterparks released an album. I am very indifferent about this band. Their fan base is a lot sometimes, and I definitely think that a fan base can alter your experience of listening to a band, but I still like their music. So I've done this before. I did it with Taylor Swift. That video was pretty successful. I think one of the most viewed on my channel. This is my thoughts on Intellectual Property by Waterparks. These are not my initial thoughts. I listened to it once and I'm like, I don't really like it. But I listened to it at like 7 in the morning when I woke up before work. And that is not a great way to have a first listen to an album. I know Austin says listen to it in the dark with like headphones or whatever. I had work that Friday. I was not staying up till midnight for this album because, like I said, I'm not like a huge fan of this band anymore. Before I start, I'm probably going to give this disclaimer with every video that I make. Don't listen to music reviews to skew your opinion on music or let you decide your opinion before you listen to it. If anything, I want you guys to listen to this album, or else I wouldn't be talking about it. I have that kind of mindset where if it's like I like something, obviously I want you guys to listen to it, but if I don't like it, I want you guys to be like, well, why didn't she like it? I'm gonna go listen to it and see what I think. And also, I said music reviews, but I don't really consider this a music review. I'm not like a music journalist. I don't know shit about music. I sing sometimes, and that's my extent of music knowledge. And on top of that, I'm also like really shitty with words. So take everything I say in this video with, I don't want to say a grain of salt, but like something slightly bigger than a grain of salt. Before we start, we can talk about the album cover. I feel like it's kind of minimalist compared to their other album covers, except for Greatest Hits. That album, or the album cover, doesn't even have the name of the album on it. But I don't know, I feel like with the Fandom album cover, there's like a lot going on. And with Intellectual Property, there's not. There's a little bit of rain or like noise in the background. I'm just noticing this kind of now. And I think the intense use of several fonts hurts my eyes. Like, this whole design looks like it would give me a headache, but at the same time it does kind of give the vibes that the songs off the album are giving. So here we go. Here are my thoughts on the songs. Starfucker. Tiffany, you censored the wrong part. No, I did not. Is my favorite song on the album. It's weird to say that the first song on the album is my favorite, but I love it. It's like, it's a jam, it's a bop. Prepare to hear those words a lot. I also think the clean version is very funny. Maybe I'm a soul sucker, but you're just a really cool person, buddy. Maybe I'm a soul sucker, but you're just a really cool person, buddy. I think that Starfucker ending with picture that, but like right before things go dark.
I'm saying picture that, but like right before things go dark.
Into Real Super Dark. Iconic. Super dark. This song is kind of important to me. Not really, but like it made its live debut in Albany. I wasn't there because they were opening for My Chemical Romance, and I'm not a huge My Chemical Romance fan, so I wasn't gonna beg my parents to go to an arena show for an opener. I would for Cemetery Sun, but not Waterparks. I just think it's cool that like the first time people heard that song, they were performing like an hour away from me. And I think that was also the first time they were in Albany. I don't think I've ever heard about them being in Albany before. A lot of people were like really hyping this up, like, oh my god, Angry Austin. And I don't listen to videos of people recording songs live until they're released. So I kind of expected it to go like a little bit harder. Like, there's still like screaming in there that when I covered it kind of had to toned down a little bit. I don't know, I just expected it to be like a little bit angrier, I guess. Not that it's a bad song, like it's up there with my favorites on the album. I really like this song. It's just that I expected it to be different. The next note I have is, I mentioned that I covered it. It was so fun to cover. I can't scream. My vocal coach tried to teach me how to scream and it didn't go very well. And Austin screams at the beginning of the song, so I didn't scream, but it was still fun to do. Oh, you mean Benji? He's fucking busy, cause I just drove through AP on the brand new jet ski. It's fun. It's fun to do. I don't know. This is gonna sound very weird, but the way Austin says, everyone's freaking me out! And everyone's freaking me out! That's how I feel when everyone is freaking me out. Does that make any sense? One thing about this song that confused me though, is there are some like audio clips in the background where Austin's like, Otto, get in the car, get back in the car.
Otto, get in the car, get back in the car.
What was Otto doing and why was Austin recording that at the time? I feel like Waterparks is the type of band to just record random voice memos of whatever's going on and be like, oh, maybe we can put this in a song someday. So maybe that, I don't know. They seem like the type of band to do that, or at least Austin is the type of person to do that, I think. I talked about Funeral Grey in one of my older new music videos, but I think I changed my opinion on the song a little bit. I still don't know how to feel about the lyric, I know your dying wish is to be baptized in my spit. I think it's very catchy. I also think the end is very pretty. The flow my way, I'm melting for you. So pretty. That's like, I hate when Waterparks fans describe their music as like glittery or sparkly because they say it like all the time, but that part I can get behind. That part specifically, not the whole song, but just that one part at the end of the song. I can get behind calling that sparkly. I don't know why I didn't cover this song. I think I wanted to cover it. I still don't know all the words, even though I'm pretty sure this was the first single off the album. I do think the pre-choruses and specifically the second verse are pretty funny as like a scenario. Hey, so what's your favorite color? That's not a color, that's a shade. Don't disagree with me. Wait, but I didn't get your name. Okay, listen, hear me out. Pretend this is like a vape pen. I know he's probably talking about weed when he says took a hit, but this looks closer to a vape pen than weed. That shit's gonna kill you. Well, now you're gonna die too. Just letting you know, you can call me beat me if you want my skin. I know your dying wish is to be baptized in my spit. Wait, but I didn't get your name. The last note I have about this song is in the last chorus, he says gray with like a very hard G. She wore a sweater, it was funeral cray. She wore a sweater, it was funeral cray. Melodically, this song is so fun. I think it's a bop. Something I noticed, I listened to some of the clean versions of the songs, especially because of Starfucker, and why can they say thinking about me getting you off in the clean version? That's literally talking about sex. I don't know if anyone who knows about the music industry and clean and explicit versions of songs can help me out with that, or if that's just, I don't know. I just don't know how that's something they can get past. Personally, I feel like this sounds like a pop song. Like this sounds like something you would hear on a pop radio station. Obviously the lyrics don't reflect that. Well, maybe. I don't think, like I said, I don't think you can say thinking about me getting you off on broadcast radio. Something I thought of when I heard this song for the first time is I feel like the Waterparks fan base thought that the lyric was see through me and you. See through, need you, see through, need you. At first, like before the song was released, so like when it was like first teased, because I think they teased this one live, but I also might just be completely making that up. In the very background of the song, right before the second chorus, he goes 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Why do I think you're so cool? And that's because when they played it live, he did that, and he added it to the song afterwards because he felt like the song needed it. And I agree, that was absolutely needed. I love the bridge because the harmonies are nuts. I don't know if I can do the lower part. It's starting to feel Stockholm. I'm like, do you want to keep me unlocked though? Yeah. Symmetrical feelings match best when we're staring at the ceiling. I tried. The center feels Stockholm. I'm like, do you want to keep it unlocked though? Yeah. Symmetrical feelings match best when we're staring at the there's a part in the chorus right after that where it's like, thinking about me getting you off, getting you off. Thinking about me getting you off, it's for the week and so much. Oh, I love that. I love that. I love that part. I remember there was discourse on Twitter about people relating to this song, especially at a young age, but there are lyrics that don't have to do with sex. My day's fucked till you want to finally text back. I put some extra on my laugh when I say things. Are you really that funny or am I hallucinating? I relate to that. Two best friends. Austin teased Two Best Friends on TikTok a while back, and it actually wasn't gonna make the album. It just kind of sounded like off-putting to me. My opinion on this song changed literally today. It was like stuck in my head while I was getting ready to film this video. I kind of have a love-hate relationship with this song. I feel like it's like, I don't want to say one of my least favorites on the album because it sounds like I don't like it, but I don't hate it, but I don't love it. I wrote down, it sounds like if somebody looked at a picture of waterparks and tried to guess what they sound like. There's one lyric though that I really don't like, and it's just because of the way Austin says it. Baby, yeah, I wanna die. Ah! Baby, I wanna die. I don't know. I also wrote that it sounds like it would be on like a Disney Channel original movie soundtrack. And I mean that in a nice way because one of my current favorite artists, Pennyboard, describes themselves as like Disney pop punk. So I'm not saying this like to bash them, but it's just like that guitar, it just sounds like it. Okay, falsetto. Is that falsetto? If you feel it, then I feel it too. If you feel it, then I feel it too. That has to be falsetto. Because I can't hit that with my chest voice. I highly doubt that Austin can hit that with his chest voice. If he can, I'm fucking jealous. I feel like with most albums I listen to, there's at least a song or two where I don't love it necessarily, and then like a couple months or even a year later I'll be like, oh my god, why did I sleep on this song? Curtis is here? Curtis! Get the fuck out of here,
man. You know, a little bit of living, a little bit of loving, a little bit of kissing, a little bit of hugging, you know? That's what I'm feeling.
There's an alternate version of this song on the Target exclusive CDs or whatever, and Curtis does an alternate outro to the song, and I love that. I just love that concept. Hey, we're living, we're loving, we're kissing, we're hugging. Hey, get a room. I also talked about this song. I don't think I listened to it that much when it was released because everyone on Twitter was like trying to flame Austin over some of the lyrics. I don't know. Also, people tried to diagnose Austin with borderline personality disorder because of this song, and I don't think people should do that. You guys are Twitter users, not doctors. Oh, my notes just reminded myself of the Good Charlotte remix of this song. What the fuck is wrong with me? I mean, that lyric is relatable. What the fuck is wrong with me? Sorry. I really like singing the part of the song that's like, crashing here, crashing. I think I mentioned that the last time I talked about this song. What if I want to have sex before I get married? Well, I guess you just have to be prepared to die.
What if I want to have sex before I get married?
Well, I guess you just have to be prepared to die.
Okay, corpse.
My child needs a bulletproof vest and a phone that can't text in 20 years rest.
I like this song, but I wish I liked it more. Does that make any sense? I feel like that doesn't make sense. I like it. It's an enjoyable song, but I just wish that I loved it. It's hard to explain. It's like, am I just describing the process of giving serotonin? Is that literally what I'm doing? Maybe my brain isn't weird. I don't know. I like this song. I wish I liked it more. I wrote in my notes, I'm not there yet. We're building our relationship. It is my second favorite off the album though. I guess I could say I wish it was my favorite. I eat that thing like it's my nightly ritual. That was an inside joke on Waterparks Twitter. Like that was a like supposed lyric from Ritual or something. I don't know the exact context behind it. I think it was something that like fans started that like Austin got behind. I remember when this song released, I listened to it in like the middle of the day, like when it was released for other countries and people were like spreading links to it. I'm pretty sure this was Fuck About It. It may have been Self-Sabotage though, but I'm like pretty sure it was Fuck About It. And I didn't like it. I'm like, I don't like like this song. I don't like it. It grew on me, obviously. I covered it. I think I looked for someone to do Bear's part, because a lot of times if I want to cover a song with a feature and I don't want to do the features part, I'm like, hey, does anybody want to cover this song with me? I did it with Everybody But You by State Champs, and I ended up doing Ben Barlow's part. I did it with Fuck About It by Waterparks, and I ended up doing Bear's part. Can we sense a pattern? Another one where I really love the harmonies. It's all we ever really do when something's wrong, cause you. It's all we ever really do when something's wrong, cause you. Also, there's this part, I think it's the last chorus, that goes, when something's wrong. Maybe I just made this video as an excuse to sing. What can I say? I like singing. I'm gonna include that in my talking about music videos because I can. This is my channel. I remember when Twitter went wild over the way Austin says, baby, baby, closer. Is it closer or closer? That was all I would hear on Twitter for like weeks leading up to the album, and I didn't want to find out until I heard the album, but I found out because of Adobe Radio's TikTok.
Closer, closer.
Thanks, Tate. I had a dream that Austin said it both ways in the song, so we never really found out if the title is supposed to be closer or closer. I had a lot of dreams about this album actually, and it was mostly on like the sleep of Thursday going into Friday when it was released, because I didn't want to stay up because, like I said, I had work on Friday. The fact that I work Fridays really sucks now. I used to love staying up till midnight for new music. I don't even stay up till midnight for new Cemetery Sun songs anymore because I don't want to be tired during work. It sucks. I hate being an adult. But I debated going to bed at like 9 or 10 and then waking up at midnight to listen to the album. I didn't do that, but I had like 5 dreams that night about waking up and listening to the album. I think most of the time I had a negative reaction in my dream. Like, I don't like this album. And like I said, that was my initial reaction. I didn't really love it, but it took a couple listens for me to like. I think my opinion on this song is changing a little bit. I wrote down in my notes that this is the only song on the album that I don't like, but I feel like that's not true. I think after a few more listens, I will like this song. I think it just needs to get in my head. There are a couple of songs that this reminds me of. The guitar at the beginning reminds me of Run for Cover by No Love for the Middle Child. I'm not saying they sound like exactly the same. I'm not saying like they copied anyone. I'm just saying I think it reminded me of that. And then the pre-chorus, I love you or I want to, but I don't know how. That reminds me of I Really Wish I Hated You by Blink-182. I love you, but I hate you when you're with someone else. Mark does it in a lower register, but I can't hit those low notes. I love you or I want to, but I don't know how. I love you, but I hate you when you're with someone else. There's one lyric that definitely hits hard for me. You're the song that I loved but then overplayed, because I know that feeling, and comparing it to a person hurts. We are at the last song on the album, A Night Out on Earth. This song gives me a lot of greatest hits vibes, maybe because one of the tours during that era was the A Night Out on Earth tour. I'm dying. A Night Out on Earth tour. I love the chorus of this song so much. It's just, it scratches the brain itch. It flips the switch in my head. It gives me serotonin. I also love, I wrote it down as a post verse after the second verse. I don't know what it is. See, now red flags like the cave. Got superhuman strength when I'm fucking up your day. I'm coming in first, so wanna get away. Life gave me limits, now I bleed lemonade. Yeah. That part. I feel like this song has like a lot of parts, or am I just reading it wrong? Let me look on Genius, because Genius like separates it verse chorus. Genius describes it as like a really long second verse, but I feel like it's a verse and then like a post verse. I don't know, it's neat. I am also a Capricorn with double horns. Born December 30th, I'm overthinking everything, a Capricorn with double horns. There's my birthday Instagram caption this year. And the last note I have to say about this album is I think that ending it with like a sample that says, "This is Waterparks" at the end, so powerful. I think that's so powerful. I think that was so cool that they did that.
Everyone get stoked. Check out Waterparks. Thank you so much to Otto and Austin for calling in once again. This is Waterparks.
That's it. Those are my thoughts on Intellectual Property by Waterparks. If you disagree with me, don't hate me, please. I am very fragile and I don't like being not liked. I was half kidding. Anyway, if you liked this video, like it, comment down below if you're more excited for more content. That's me talking about music. I'm excited. I think this new era for my channel is going to be great for me. Thank you so much for watching, and I never know how to end these things.